Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. This is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. I'm your host, Barry Welsh. Please consider subscribing, liking, sharing. And if you'd like, the Cash App is $American Doofus, AMERICANDUFUS, all one word. You can email me at American Doofus, once again, all one word, at gmail.com. And if you feel it worthy, please consider sharing this episode within your social media communities. We start out in Elizabeth City, North Carolina.
Don't shoot! Say his name. Andrew Brown. Say his name. Andrew Brown. Say his name. Andrew Brown. Release the tape. 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 The whole tape. The whole tape. The real tape. The real tape. The whole tape. The whole tape. Release the tape. Release the tape. Release the tape. Release the tape. And say his name. Andrew Brown. 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 Say his name. Andrew Brown.
Protesting in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, as day 16 or 17 after
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine.
Elizabeth City, North Carolina, protesting on Mother's Day, the death of Andrew Brown at the hands of county sheriffs and a SWAT team. We broke that story here on the American Doofus Show. I believe it was the day after we announced the George Floyd verdict in his murder. And they're still protesting every day, Mother's Day, no exception, as we just saw. And we're going to talk with an Elizabeth City resident coming up in an episode tomorrow, right here on the American Doofus Show. Right now, another story that needs to be shared isn't out there as much as it needs to be. And here we go. If you look real close, you'll see that a police officer is holding a pistol at this young black man's head. Yeah, you heard the officer telling her to make sure you get that on camera. So we made sure we got that on camera. It's the American Doofus Show. We don't tell you how to think or what to think. We just give you things to think about. And speaking of giving you things to think about, let's take a look at this.
And you probably put yourself in the position to do that.
That's a typical man. Typical man to say that.
Ma'am, no weapons on you, anything like that?
No, here.
No, that's okay. Stand up for me, please.
No.
Make sure you
It
have no
doesn't look
weapons on you.
like you don't even
I
have
don't know. Turn
pockets.
around. I don't want to touch
Don't
you.
even have pockets.
Okay. What's the battery?
I didn't do any battery.
No, when you spit on people, it's battery.
No, I did not. Listen, he verbally abused me.
Well, that doesn't give you the right to spit on him. That's what you verbally abused me as soon as I got here. Did I spit on you? Yeah, no, that's for battery. No, yeah, definitely doing
That
that.
hurts.
Yeah, they're handcuffs. They're not for comfort.
Can I take my purse?
Absolutely. Come on.
Oh,
Let's go.
please don't. No,
Oh, no,
don't
you're
hurt me,
definitely
though.
going to jail. Let's go. Walk.
Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Can I leave my car here?
That's absolutely fine. Sure.
Yeah, this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Take your
Officer, officer, this is unbelievable.
Let's go.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, I'll get a good attorney.
God bless you.
Yep. God bless me, guys, because I'm a Christian.
Christians don't talk like you.
No, but you know what?
No.
I just went through. Can I put that in my purse,
I
please?
need to collect your property. You're a prisoner now. I need to collect your
I've
property.
never been a prisoner.
Well, you are tonight.
Please, please
No,
don't.
no, you're going to jail.
Please do.
Open your hand. What is this?
It's my Kleenex.
Okay,
It's
so
on my nose.
let it go.
Well, can you give me a Kleenex? Officer, please help me.
Just get, just they said it is our prosecution. No, they said no, because they told me yes. They told me no. Confirm for me
Please
or
don't do this. Please. How about you just stand there and stop talking? How about we do that? How about we do that? That doesn't give you an excuse to act the way that you're acting. Just stop talking.
You have to leave. We'll take care of it. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, you guys have a good one.
This officer saw me last night. I've been having a lot happen in my life. You know what's gonna happen?
With a simple
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
For every
You can see in the background of the video some Muslim women. There was a Muslim man there. This lady had spit on them.
But you apologize too. I apologize. I'm not a racist. I have friends that are Muslim. Okay? I have friends that are Muslim. Oh, that hurts. You're hurting my
well,
hand.
they're handcuffs. They're not for comfort.
Well, I've never had him.
So that's a no. Okay, so those same Muslims that you were talking shit to just decided your fate and they elected to not
Thank
prosecute.
you. God bless you.
Yeah, God bless them. Because if it was up to me, you'd be going to jail. But they decided as the victim that you were not going to jail.
Oh,
I suggest you watch your mouth because
well,
the particular, shut up, listen. The particular group that you decided to mouth off to were professional or nice. Some people might kick you in your face and they're going to come pick up the pieces. So I suggest you watch your mouth.
this officer saw me last night. He knows I'm not a bad person.
I don't think
I don't know you. I just know you're having issues yesterday.
Because of my card. My father was with the Army. He was a captain in the Army.
Did anybody get her 14?
Look what he did to my hand.
You should be going to jail.
Oh, can you get me my purse, please?
Hey, you got a 14?
No, I thought he was holding it.
Get your stuff and leave.
What do I do with this?
What do you do with what?
Oh, that hurts.
That's unfortunate.
Well, I've never had this happen to me.
Then keep your mouth shut and you won't have it happen again.
Don't talk to me.
Literally keep your mouth shut because you spit on somebody.
Listen, you don't know what he did to me.
You don't have the right to ask me how to talk to you when you're disrespecting people.
He disrespected me first.
Literally spitting on people. Gather your belongings, count your blessings, and leave.
Listen, I'm a
Bye.
Christian.
Yeah. Well, you need to look that up.
And I go to Calvary Chapel.
You need to.
All right.
That's concerning.
Yeah.
Yeah, very concerning.
Yeah, we'll talk to Pastor Doug.
I will actually. I will talk to Pastor Doug and let him know how you feel about
Sunday.
different religions.
Sunday for the
Okay,
church.
for sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
11 a.m.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Thank you, officer.
Yeah, good night, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And thank you, officer. You're respectful. You're respectful.
See you all, man. Good night.
Thank God for President Trump.
Not the president.
I don't know that
We enjoy him too. So.
It is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. We give you things to think about. So as far as shootings, 2 women and a 4-year-old were wounded when shooting started in Times Square earlier. Shooting in downtown Phoenix hotel that left 1 dead and left multiple wounded. And then we have this story from, this story is from Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Short hours ago, according to police, a shooting in Colorado Springs has left multiple people dead. The Colorado Springs Police Department says they received reports of a shooting at around 12:15 this morning at the Canterbury Mobile Home Park on Preakness Way. That's just west of the Colorado Springs Airport. This is still a developing story, but what we've learned right now from CSPD is that multiple victims have been found dead inside one of those homes. Police also believe that the suspect in the shooting is among the dead inside the home. Investigators said one victim was taken to a local hospital where they died from their injuries. This is an active investigation. Police say the names of the victims are being withheld until proper notification can be made to their families. We'll bring you any updates in this case as soon as they become available.
There you go. Sadly, 7 people dead, 6 people killed, including the shooter. I've got a little bit more information on that. There was a birthday party underway, and the boyfriend of one of the people at the birthday party came in, started shooting. There were children present. None of the children were injured. They are now with relatives. 6 people were shot. One was transported to the hospital and died. And the shooter also took his own life. Some other headlines of note from this past week. An armed man from Indiana actually was shot outside CIA headquarters entrance by the FBI. The firing of the Atlanta police officer who shot Rayshard Brooks has been reversed, and that officer has been returned to duty. They felt that he did not receive due process. It was announced back when he was fired in June. The Georgia Police Department has launched a shoot to incapacitate program. Sometimes we forget police officers are just doing what they're trained to do when they shoot someone in the back or shoot somebody in the chest. They're trained to shoot center mass. And Georgia Police Department is launching a shoot to incapacitate program. And the program has sparked much debate and is meeting some resistance. The questions that have to be asked are, who are those that are resisting? Killing people is not serving and protecting. And finally, this story, the headline being the California deputy and a hostage wounded and a suspect killed. This comes from San Andreas, California. A hostage and a California sheriff's deputy were wounded, and a suspect was killed in a shooting stemming from a domestic violence incident on Friday. Violence happened late Thursday night in Sierra Nevada foothills, community of San Andreas, about 50 miles southeast of Sacramento, California. The Calaveras County Sheriff's Office said in a statement that a 911 call was reported, a 911 caller reported a male and female in an argument at a motel shortly after 10:30. The suspect was gone when deputies arrived and a search began. A deputy was interviewing the potential victim and was ambushed and shot in the upper body. However, that deputy managed to get the victim to safety. This is the victim being the woman that the man had targeted earlier. Deputies, other law enforcement officers were searching an apartment complex when the suspect appeared holding an elderly woman at gunpoint. Efforts to get the suspect to surrender failed, and at some point, the suspect, quote, posed an immediate threat to the victim, the elderly woman, end quote. Quote again, shots were fired and the suspect was struck. The hostage was also struck by gunfire. It said the statement did not say whether the suspect fired into the hostage or whether sheriff's deputies shot the hostage. The hostage and the wounded deputy are both expected to survive. And that leads us into our last story. This one literally makes me sick to my stomach when I think about it.
area double murder suspect has also died. The shooting happened chase on I-10 last night that started in Louisiana and ended in Mississippi. As Paul Murphy shows us, witness cell phone video is shedding new light on the whole thing.
He's got a baby in the car too. They need to get that baby out.
This cell phone video shows how the police pursuit ended Monday afternoon on I-10 in Biloxi. Louisiana State Police spotted a car driven by 30-year-old Eric Durrell Smith near Slidell. His 4-month-old son, LaMelo Parker, was also in the vehicle. Smith was wanted for a double murder in Baker outside of Baton Rouge. The LSP followed Smith across the state line where Mississippi authorities gave chase. Police used spike strips to stop Smith's blue Nissan Altima. The video shows a Mississippi sheriff's deputy push Smith's car off the highway into a grassy median. Less than a minute later, Smith appears to point a gun out of the driver's side window and police opened fire. Smith was killed in exchange of gunfire with police. The baby was also critically injured. The infant died later at a Mobile hospital. It's unclear if the baby was also shot or hit by shrapnel. Suzette Bond, the witness who shot the video, told WWL-TV they had plenty of opportunity to turn around and surround him and get that baby out of the car without opening fire. Bond also said, "We don't understand about the excess of gunfire. Now the baby is no longer with us." Back in Baker, Louisiana, just hours before the fatal shootout with police, Smith was accused of killing his ex-girlfriend, 32-year-old Kristen Parker, and her 26-year-old nephew, Brandon Parker, before leaving with the couple's baby. A neighbor who did not want to be identified spoke with WBRZ-TV.
4-month-old baby, you know, the last few hours of that kid's life. Unbelievable that somebody could actually do something like that and see it through to the end. I mean, it's a lot of evil out here.
Harrison County Coroner Brian Switzer told WWL-TV his office will conduct an autopsy on the baby on Wednesday to determine the cause and manner of death. Paul Murphy, Eyewitness News.
It has been reported from the hospital that the baby did have one gunshot wound. I'm shaking. Stories like that, they have to be told, but a prayer for that baby's grandma, that baby's mom was killed before the baby, but a prayer for the moms, the tenderest mercies upon the moms that can no longer hear their children's voices, those we talk about and whose names are chanted, and the moms of those that we will never know. And if you're a mom today, a special blessing upon you. It's the American Doofus Show. It's a dark world. Try to be a light. Special shout of love to my mom in heaven and my sister who was a mom in heaven, and to all the moms out there, blessings be upon you. It is a dark world. Be a light. It's the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. I love you all.